Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So before we get into today's video, I have a couple things that I want to talk about, but if you don't care, here is the timestamp that you should go to if you don't want to hear any of this. Anyways, so as you might be aware of, I kind of just like disappeared from YouTube for a few weeks. Apologies. I'm not gonna lie, like mentally, these have been some of like the hardest weeks of my life. Like, I'm not trying to be dramatic, not trying to make excuses. It's just, I haven't been having a great time, but I'm finally in a headspace where I feel like I can film and I'm not... Because here's the thing about filming, is that I felt like if I was gonna film, I was gonna pretend that I was happy, and I wasn't. And now I do really feel happy, and I'm definitely in a better mental place now. So I wanted to film a nice video, so that's what I'm doing. Also, next week I have something that is coming and I am so excited for it. There may or may not be a giveaway coming in, and it may or may not be my first giveaway, so if you want to hear all the details for next week, I'm so fucking excited. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about it anymore because like if I keep on talking about it, I know I'm just gonna like spoil it, and I'm really excited. So stay tuned for next week. So today we are talking all about how to write a romance that your readers will ship, because I love romance and I want to talk about romance, and I never got to do a romance video in February for Valentine's Day. So that's what I'm doing now. Awesome. Okay, number one, make your reader care about your characters. Now, here's the deal. I would consider myself someone who definitely reads a fair amount, and I'm sorry, but if I don't care about your characters, I'm not gonna care who they're fucking, and that's just the end of it. So make me care about your characters, and then maybe sorta I might actually ship them with someone. And number two, have their strengths and weaknesses complement each other. I don't necessarily think you have to have this in order to have a good romance, but I just think it makes the romance so much better, especially if their personalities kind of like, what is it, like conflict with each other when they first meet. I am all there for that shit, so yes, please give it to me. I want it all. And number three might seem a little weird, but for fuck's sake, I feel like I have to say it because I've been reading a lot of romance lately. So, number three, make sure they have flaws. Oh my god. I swear to God, we've all seen it, where the love interest is quite literally perfect. They do not have one fucking flaw, but the MC is like, I don't know, like a dish rag? I don't know. He's like, the MC just isn't it, but then their love interest is like phenomenal, because listen, they're gorgeous, they're smart, they're witty, they're sexy, they're just everything. And it just gets me thinking, why the fuck are they with this, like, I don't know, like, non-worthy human? I'm sorry, but like, so give your characters flaws, because people are flawed, and you shouldn't have something that's like a deal breaker to be a flaw, but just make sure they have flaws. And if you don't, and if you can't think of some flaws, here are just a few: greed, jealousy, vanity, dishonesty, laziness. I could go on. There are so many flaws. So pick some, because no one is fucking perfect, so I don't care who your characters are, they need to have fucking flaws. And this honestly just goes for every character, but I think especially in romance, it's really easy to make the love interest perfect. But I don't need a perfect love interest. I need a love interest who I can actually relate to. And believe it or not, I have flaws, so I'm not going to relate to someone who has no flaws. Okay, awesome. And number four, give them a fucking reason to be in the relationship. Because listen, you don't need to actually state in the book why each person is in the relationship. In fact, if you did, I think that would be a little bit strange, honestly, but it should be fairly clear to the reader why each character is in that relationship. And again, because if one character is perfect, why are they with the non-perfect character? But in my opinion, it's completely fine to have a relationship with two people where one of them seems perfect, but they're not actually perfect, and like the other character helps them. Like, I think that's fine. Just don't have like a character who literally has no flaws be in a romance with someone who has like all the flaws, because that's just annoying and we don't want to read it. And number 5, consent. Anytime anything physical is going on, there should be consent. Hugging, kissing, sex, all of that requires consent. If there's not consent, that is rape, and maybe don't, you know, just saying. And just please remember, the absence of a no is not consent. Consent is the presence of a yes, okay? Okay? I've just read so much romance lately, and my head hurts, okay? So just, for fuck's sake, if anything physical happens, just have consent, please, I beg you. Also, I just want you to be aware that a minor cannot consent to sexual activities with an adult. So if an adult and a minor have sex, that is rape, okay? 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 Awesome. Good talk. And also, consent doesn't really make your romance swoon-worthy, I don't think, but it's still so important to mention, because I would say that I think books are going away from the trend of non-consensual sexual activities that are said to be consensual sexual activities, or maybe I'm just not reading any of that shit. And honestly, thank fucking God, because consent is just so important, and I had to put it on the list, because some of the books that are out there, no. Number 6, think about the romance tropes that you like and try and incorporate it into the relationship somehow. But there are so many other tropes that you can choose from. Friends to lovers, slow burn, enemies to lovers, second chance romance. The list literally goes on and on and on. So, since you are also most likely a reader, since you're also a writer, just make, what I would do is I would just make a short list of the different tropes you enjoy in romance and try and see if you can incorporate that into your book, because guess what? A lot of these tropes are very swoon-worthy when done right. And similarly, number 7, think about the romance tropes that you hate and try and subvert them somehow. So there are lots of ways that you can do this. One of my favorite ways is with the reverse harem, that trope. Because instead of it being a stupid love triangle that no one likes, sorry, I know some people like love triangles, but I don't get it. I really don't get it. They just infuriate me so much. Just no, okay? Just no. You can have an awesome poly relationship, which is just so much better to read. Come on. You've got to admit, it's just better. But there are tons of tropes in romance that you probably hate. So just think about them. And if you can, try and subvert them somehow, because a lot of readers love that shit. And number 8, describe the emotions. Listen, romance is emotional. Kissing is emotional. Sex is emotional. So describe it. And it's honestly so important to describe emotions behind everything, because it can really show readers who maybe haven't had the experiences that the characters are having, what it really feels like. And also, I think that it's kind of hard to root for a romance when the emotions behind the romance aren't explored. I don't know, that might just be a personal thing, but for me, I really do like hearing about the emotions behind the different milestones, if you will, that occur in a relationship. I also think that it's important to note you don't need to go like crazy in detail with the emotions, but not describing them at all is honestly probably not going to get people too invested in the relationship. And number 9, give your characters a life outside of their romance. It drives me so crazy when in a romance all the characters do is spend time with each other. Listen, don't get me wrong, I love the romance, but everyone has a life outside of romance. Because people who do not have a life outside of their romantic relationship, let's be honest, then that's probably not a good thing. Because then that probably means that they are being dependent on that person. It's definitely not a good thing. Obviously, this is not always the case. It's just something to think about. I'm just saying. And number 10, cute names. Listen, if you want your reader to swoon, give the characters some cute names. Darling, love, my prince, my princess, my queen, my king. I don't fucking know. Give them some cute ass names and trust me, your reader will fucking swoon, okay? And lastly, number 11 is witty banter. Listen, if my ship ain't bantering, I'm gonna be upset. And there are so many reasons why witty banter is, because A, it's super fun to read. B, it is a lot of fun to write. In most cases, it's realistic. And D, and it shows that when you're dating someone, you are their partner and they're probably your best friend. So it just makes sense for people to engage in witty banter with each other, especially if they have conflicting interests and personalities. Okay, so that is my list of my top 11 things for you to do in order to get your readers to swoon over whatever romance you're writing. I hope this was helpful, and be sure to stay tuned for next week for my announcement thing, whatever you want to call it. I'm super excited, and I've been working on this for like, I think 2 months, maybe longer. At least 2 months now, so I'm just super excited to be able to share it. Okay, so that's something I've got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, please give it a big thumbs up and hit that big red subscribe button down below and turn on those post notifications so that you know every time that I upload. Okay, I'll see you next week.